All right, welcome back, guys, to the third installment of Double Dribble.
Yep, third. Right? Yep, third.
Yeah, going into the third week of the NBA, and a couple things are going on. You know, Celtics still aren't doing that great.
6-5, rough loss to the Pelicans. Al Horford has the worst concussion of all time. He's missed like 8 games.
Yeah, he's like dead. Is he dead?
He might be like a vegetable now or something. He's like kind of like Chris Bosh. That guy's dead too.
Well, Chris Bosh has like a reasonable reason to be out. He could literally die if he shoots a basketball. But Al Horford's just like over there taking aspirin, just like not feeling you're not going into the game.
Al Horford, if you listen to this, get back on the court, buddy. Okay,
yeah.
we're not paying you to sit on the bench.
We know you're listening to this. Okay,
so you're one of the 49 people listening to this.
49 people.
Yeah, we know it. Okay,
we know you're one of them. So get out there. We're tired of it. We want the Celtics to start winning.
Yeah,
get out there.
Get out there.
Firstly, we're going to talk about some news in the NBA, what's going on so far. So, last night when the Cavaliers were playing the Pacers, LeBron's already resting. He's already taking a break. He's already tired.
You got to save yourself for the finals. Oh, is there ever going to be a podcast where you don't talk about LeBron? No. It's like impossible.
If we did podcasts in the 90s, do you think we would go a podcast without talking about Michael Jordan?
No.
Exactly. You can't not talk about the best player
that's right. That's true.
Best player in the league.
Yep.
I mean, he's already taking a break. I mean, it's kind of... I sound kind of hypocritical because in like the previous podcast, I would say like, oh, he's the best stamina in the NBA. You know, he could go 48 minutes, no problem, and he just takes a break. He makes me look like a fool. That's not the best thing, LeBron. Come on, you making us look foolish out here.
Yeah, come on, man. He's got to save himself for the rest of his career. Like I said, I've said this all the time in the last podcast. You know, got to preserve himself for when he's like 40, playing. Hopefully. He's not playing when
he
40.
Probably won't be playing when he's 40.
Who knows?
If he keeps going on the track record where he's not getting injured at all, then
he'll be playing until he's like 70.
Yeah.
Until he's like dead.
Yeah. So another thing that's going on, I want to propose a question to you. Who do you think's the best player on the Knicks?
Best player on the Knicks? Overall, I'd say Carmelo. Overall.
Okay. But right now?
Right now, it's Carmelo.
Oh, my God.
Yes, right now it's Carmelo.
Did you see last night's game?
I didn't, but it's Carmelo. Right now, it's Carmelo. Most valuable, I think most valuable and best player is a separate thing. One. So maybe most valuable is Kristaps, but best player overall is Melo.
Okay, I'm somewhat agreeing with you and disagreeing with you. Right now, the most valuable player on the Knicks is by far Kristaps. If you see what he's doing out there, last night he put up 35 points, I believe. And it's his second year in the NBA, and he's already putting up all-star stats. You know, this man, he's incredible. You know, how tall is he? 7'3"?
7'3".
Yeah, he's 7'3", playing power forward. He just never learned how to play center, I guess. So he's playing power forward. He's a stretch four.
Stretch four, baby.
Big stretch four. Amazing. And he can shoot it. You know, people leave him open a lot too, which is surprising. Like if you watch his highlights and he's taking a three, he's really not covered ever.
No. They don't respect him yet. They don't give him
respect the range.
Yeah, no respect.
That's the problem with today's NBA. No one respects the stretch big man.
Exactly.
You know, you look at people like Al Horford. God forbid he ever gets on the court. People may not respect his range. Look at other players like Paul Millsap. People don't really respect his range.
You have to be somebody like Ryan Anderson or Channing Frye for people to respect your range.
Yeah, you have to.
You got to earn it if you're a stretch four. It's a tough job.
It's like a badge of courage you have to wear. It's like, I am a stretch four. You know, like when you go out and vote and you get like the I voted sticker. It's kind of like that. You get the I am a stretch four sticker. It's kind of like that. But when you say Carmelo's the best player on the Knicks, what constitutes that?
I think he's just the best player talent wise, like overall scoring. You know, he can score at will if he wants to, and you know, I don't think Kristaps is quite as good as Carmelo yet. Mm-hmm. Yet I think he will be in the future. But I did say though he was the most valuable player.
Where do you put Kristaps in the future? Where do you rank him?
Rank him like among the top players like in the current
Maybe
NBA.
Give him like 5 years.
Give him like 5 years. I think he'll be a top 10 player in 5 years.
You think he'll go down as the best foreign player of all time?
Dirk was pretty damn good, and he needs to get off the Knicks. The Knicks just
Yeah.
That's just not a winning franchise at all.
You know what Dirk earned here in the stretch forward.
He did earn the stretch forward badge. I loved earning that badge one day, but I don't think I will. So.
Nah, that
I'm too short.
That 5'9" stature will never get you there. Plus
5'9's pretty generous too.
Yeah. Plus you're not in the NBA, so whatever.
Yeah. I will be though. I may be in the future.
Straight out of high school, right?
Yeah. I'll get drafted. I already have colleges scouting me, like Adelphi.
Adelphi.
Yeah. I got an email from them. They said they wanted me to apply. So
yeah. How about Lyndon State College with their 99% acceptance rate? How about
they have recruited me. They said they wanted me for their intramural program. So
nice.
I know.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of great players have come out of college intramural programs.
Oh yeah, so many like
Jordan, I think.
Did he?
Yeah, I think Jordan.
So I'm going the same track as Jordan, and I didn't like Jordan. I didn't make the varsity team my sophomore year. So
I mean, you haven't made the varsity team any year, but that may give you more power.
A little bit of correlation there, huh?
I see it. I see it coming up strong. But back to Kristaps. Personally, I think he's one of the better fours in the league right now.
Yeah, easily.
Because if you look at the league, there's not that many great fours. You have Paul Millsap. You have
Dirk's, he's
on his way out.
Yeah, he is on his way out. Who else? Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis clearly the best.
Your boy Kevin Love. He's having a good season.
Okay,
I gotta give it to him.
I want to talk about Kevin Love. I don't want to say I'm sorry, but I'm kind of sorry because again, why am I looking so hypocritical this week?
Like, you are. You actually are.
Every podcast, I seem to find a way to rip Kevin Love. I always go back to the finals performance where he almost lost him the game, putting up 0 points in the finals.
Defense on Curry, though. Come on.
For one possession. I think anyone on that team
that cancel all those missed wide open threes.
Oh my God. And he was getting burned by Draymond that game. Draymond had 35.
I know.
But Kevin Love has been putting up great numbers. I think last night he had 25 and 13. Going back to his old ways, 2010 Kevin Love, one of the best players of all time.
Crazy.
It was
31 and 31, right?
Yeah, that was the anniversary a couple weeks ago when he put up 31 and 31. I think he was the only player to do that since Moses Malone. I think.
Oh yeah, that's right. And Wilt definitely did it. Too,
yeah, probably a couple hundred times.
Yeah, but it doesn't really count.
It does count.
No, it doesn't.
If you guys want to hear the argument of why I think Wilt is the best player in the NBA, go back to our last podcast of it's a Throwback Thursday episode, and I will challenge Adam, and we had a special guest star Joe from Game Time's decision on why I think Wilt is the best player of all time.
You're wrong, obviously, but yeah.
I mean, it's my opinion, but
okay,
whatever.
You were wrong. It was wrong, but we can keep going. We can keep going.
All right. So this week we're going to talk about teams that are doing unexpectedly good.
Yeah. The Lakers.
That I had them up there too. Lakers they're not doing too bad. What are they? 7 and 5?
Yep.
Yeah. They're doing great. I saw a picture. It was a picture of D'Angelo Russell and who had 7 and 5, and then it was a picture of Kobe. Why couldn't you have done this last year?
I think Kobe was the problem. That's the thing.
He may have been. When you're taking
60 shots. The last game,
that last game was incredible. He didn't care at all.
Yeah.
He was like, "This is just me."
He was just going out. It's like our senior year. We care a little bit right now, but we're not going to care in the third quarter.
Yeah, but they're doing great. A lot. Surprisingly, Julius Randle's putting up.
He had a triple-double.
He did. Yeah. He's putting up great numbers. I saw. Do you think this is the start of him breaking out?
Yeah, I think so. But I think another reason they're doing very well is because of Luke Walton. I mean, I think he's a very good coach.
Yeah,
coached the Warriors. What are they undefeated when he coached?
Yeah.
when he went in for Steve Kerr. So
yeah, but that
it is the Warriors. It is the Warriors.
But Luke Walton is doing great. Julius Randle surprisingly doing well. Before this year, I mean, we knew about Julius Randle, but we didn't know how good he would actually be doing.
Yeah, because he was injured his rookie year. Mm-hmm. He got injured in the first 10 minutes of it. Stay up. Yeah. First 10 minutes. So yeah, and D'Angelo Russell gets to flap his wings because Kobe's not taking 50 shots a game. He gets a little bit more of the ball.
Yeah.
So, and Jordan Clarkson
D'Angelo
too.
Russell is a great player. Like he hasn't emerged to the level where people would like to see him. Like I think right now, like if Ben Simmons was healthy, he'd be doing better than D'Angelo, like his like rookie year. D'Angelo's not there yet, but I think as he and Brandon Ingram like mature a little bit and get a little older in the league, they'll be a good team. Because right now at 7-5 with an underdeveloped team, they lost their mentor in Kobe. You have someone like Luol Deng leading the charge.
Timothy Mozgov.
He's doing great.
Yeah, he's doing solid. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he's putting up good numbers, and then Brandon Ingram hasn't really done anything.
Yeah, really. I mean, like he's been underwhelming, but he's obviously still very young. He's like, what is he, 20 years old? So he's definitely has time to develop. And it pains me to say the Lakers are doing well because we're both Celtics fans, and they're a longtime rivals. But I like to see the rivalry renewed a little bit because the NBA is always great when that rivalry is like prominent.
Yeah, in a couple of years, maybe Jalen versus Russell or Jalen versus Ingram. That'd be
Isaiah versus Russell.
Great show out. It'd be good to see. I think so far Jalen's the best rookie that we've seen.
Yeah,
he's putting up stats. I mean, if you look at Ben Simmons,
he's injured.
He's injured.
Joel Embiid, I guess, he doesn't really count.
I don't know, like
he counts, but he doesn't really.
Joel
count.
Embiid, if we count him as a rookie, then yeah, he's the best rookie so far. But he's it's just like third year in the NBA, but without first time playing. He is a force to be reckoned with right now. People love showing his highlights of him slapping LeBron's block. I mean, slapping
even though
LeBron's
it was a
shot.
goaltend.
It was a goaltend.
But who cares?
Refs didn't call it. Didn't
and
believe
the
him.
dream shake. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was
great.
pretty
nice.
And one thing that surprised me is his range.
Yeah. He's showing it.
Stretch
five.
Stretch five, possibly. He's doing great. I'm very surprised at what I've seen from Joel Embiid. God, I'm so hypocritical again. First podcast, I was talking about how I'm sick and tired of Joel Embiid.
But you did. We both predicted him for Rookie of the Year, not to brag.
Yeah, we did. First podcast, I was saying how I was sick and tired of him making fun of people on Twitter and just doing all this stupid stuff. And I told him to go out there and get some rebounds, and maybe he can talk.
The man's doing it.
Maybe he listened. Maybe
he did listen. He was one of the 49.
He was one of the 49 who listened because he's surely shown up. He's how many? He got a good amount of points that last game that led the Sixers to a win, and he's just doing great. He did very well against the Cavaliers, surprisingly.
Yep.
And I didn't expect that much out of him, but I mean, I'm happy with what I've seen from Joel Embiid, and if he keeps going like this, then yeah, he will be Rookie of the Year. I don't know if it'll surprise anyone because of the way he's been playing, because the rest of the rookies in the league, they've kind of been underplaying. Jalen, I think would be doing a lot better, but it's the Celtics. It's hard to crack that rotation, with all the depth they have. Yeah,
too.
especially when you have a lot of role players on the team that. You have
Avery.
Yeah, Jay Crowder. When you have a bunch of role players and then you have a rookie who's coming off the bench or sometimes starting, then it's hard to get him involved.
Because, and he's prone to making rookie mistakes too.
Yeah, exactly. Another team that's surprising me is the Hornets. They're third in the East. I didn't expect that from them. No one really talks about the Hornets because
they're the Hornets. Yeah. That's why.
I mean, Hornets could be first in the East.
No one would care.
Who cares? I mean, they don't have that great of a lineup to be third in the East.
I know, and they lost players over the offseason.
They did.
I know you guys all read my article. I'm sure you did. I had them missing out on the playoffs, so looking like I was wrong there. But
whatever. Another team that's doing surprisingly well, Clippers.
I know
they hate losing. Apparently,
what did they lost yesterday? But what are they 8-2 now or something?
They're
10-2, right?
10-2,
10-2, first in the West.
I mean, if you look at their team, you would expect them to show up like this, but they never seem to. I'm sure they'll get knocked out in the first or second round of the playoffs.
Because of the Clippers. They're the Clippers.
Yeah. They won't make it past that. But
compared
to everyone in the West, them being first is very surprising because the West it's such a great seed. Terrible seed to be in. I'd much rather be in the East.
But, easily.
But when the Clippers are 10-2, I just didn't expect that from them.
It's starting to click at the wrong time for them because the Warriors are in the division. Like maybe like a couple years ago, if they clicked like this, they could have had a shot at the championship. But they, I don't care how well they click, they have no shot this year.
Yeah, maybe if they started to click at the end of the season where it actually matters, because I know they're gonna make the playoffs. They'll be top 4, top 5, but they just won't go anywhere.
And you know, kind of underrated. The Clippers, they started the trend of blowing 3-1 leads.
They did.
I know. No one talks about it against the Rockets.
They did. They started that. Hope people have been keeping that up. 3-1 leads.
In baseball, we're talking about a little bit of baseball.
Baseball. The Warriors.
Yep. The Thunder.
Hillary Clinton was projected to win by 75%. She blew a 3-1 lead. Everyone's just blowing 3-1 leads, and it all started with the Clippers. Unfortunately,
3-1 lead. Basically, you lost if you have a 3-1 lead.
Yeah. So let's hope the Celtics never have a 3-1 lead.
Hopefully they're down 3-1 this season.
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
I'd love to see them go to the finals, go down 3-1, be lit, dude. Another team that's doing surprisingly well, OKC. I didn't project them to be doing this well.
Yeah, they're 7-5, so I think they're doing
they're fourth in the West, I believe. I mean, of course, the Thunder aren't going to go from third seed to not making the playoffs.
Yeah, not making. Oh,
because I was talking about last year.
Okay.
They're not going to be terrible, but with one man on your team who really does everything. Surprisingly, Oladipo did very well last game.
Has he?
Yeah.
Wow, how much did he have?
I think he had 25 last game, around there. And then Westbrook put up 40.
It's literally two guys on that team shooting all the shots.
Yeah, and then everyone else is just grabbing.
Why can't defenses figure it out?
Yeah, honestly, we put 5 players on Westbrook and leave everyone else open. He stopped passing the ball. He does. I mean, Westbrook does find a way to get everyone open because he does average 10 assists.
He can literally blow by anybody.
Yeah, he's so quick. Mentioning assists, James Harden is doing great.
As a point guard, kind of as expected, a little bit.
I mean, I didn't expect him to be the assist leader.
Yeah, okay.
Because no one ever saw him as a passer. I mean, even when he was last season averaging seven assists, no one really saw him as this great passer. And he's out there putting up multiple 15 assist games.
He's a monster. But right now, I know we both said we don't have Westbrook as MVP, but I say Westbrook is the MVP. Would you agree with that?
Nope.
Right now.
Right now, if we're not talking about standings?
Yeah. Who's your MVP pick right now if the season ends?
James Harden.
Oh, I don't know about that.
James Harden's putting up better stats than he is.
But the Thunder are higher in the standings, though.
You just said you weren't talking about standings. It was less than 10 seconds ago. You said we're not talking about standings.
But I'm the tiebreaker here. I'm using it as a tiebreaker.
No, it's not a tiebreaker.
I can do what I want, honestly. So what?
Okay,
yeah.
I guess we're just gonna throw your words right out the window.
Throw them out.
But I take James Harden when you're talking about a man who's putting up 30 points. He's putting up 12.5 rebounds. He's putting up 8 rebounds a game. He's just
8 assists. Did you mean?
No, I mean 12 assists, 8 rebounds.
Okay.
He's just putting up great numbers. I mean, Westbrook's averaging 31, 10, and 10.
Yeah, pretty bad, pretty measly.
Yeah,
terrible.
Pretty terrible. But I mean, it's so close that you can't really.
Yeah, either one or the other, or even DeRozan maybe.
God, I don't want to talk about that.
That man's leading the league in score. He's going on. He's on a tear.
I mean, I haven't seen him score under 20.
I know.
He is doing great. He won't keep it up because it's DeMar DeRozan.
He might. I mean, he won't keep it up this high of a level, but he might you're averaging 30 or 20.
Yeah, I don't see him averaging 30. I see him averaging 25 at most.
I don't know. Who knows? We'll have to see how it plays out.
I mean, we are only 12 games in the season.
We have
70 more to go.
But you know who's second in the East in scoring?
Who?
Isaiah. Just saying. No, just saying. We can keep going.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. Okay.
I mean, he may be better than Kyrie.
Yeah, maybe. You know.
If you want to hear that debate, listen to the last Double Dribble with Dan Greenberg. And who else is doing great this season? Atlanta's first in the East.
I know. I didn't even they're tied with Cleveland.
Yeah, they're tied with Cleveland. I again didn't expect that.
I know. Because they're always a solid team, but I didn't think they'd be this good, especially with losing Horford and adding Dwight. I thought Dwight was more of a downgrade because Dwight's just he's just not good for a team.
Let's be honest. After he left Orlando, why is he in the NBA?
Yeah,
He's ruined.
He turned into the worst guy.
Ruined every team he's been on.
I know.
He goes to the Lakers, where they had Steve Nash. They had Kobe Bryant. I mean, it's not the best Kobe Bryant. It's not the best Steve Nash, but they could still put up numbers. And they were barely making the playoffs.
I know. And he didn't want to set picks. He wanted to do like little plays for himself. He wasn't a team guy. And like when you have Steve Nash, who's literally like one of the best passers of all time, you have to just conform to the offense, and it would have worked out.
Especially being how strong he
I know.
is, you think he would master the pick and roll with Steve Nash. Just not about that life.
Yeah,
just don't want to.
He's too greedy.
He is greedy. He's awful. I hate him. I don't like Dwight Howard.
No.
I mean, it's kind of like the Kevin Love situation, where after he left his like original team, just garbage, just the worst.
I mean, the talent's there, but just the attitude isn't, which is
his
thing.
athleticism's there.
Oh,
I mean, his game IQ isn't bad. He's smart on the court, but
the defense is there.
Defense is there. Rebounding is there. Jumping ability is there. Everything's there. It's just he doesn't have the mindset to go in there and put up stats that are anything good.
It's a real shame.
It is a shame. He ruined the Rockets.
Yeah.
You watch those Rockets games, and it's James Harden doing everything.
And like they're fine without him. They've been fine this year without him.
Perfectly fine without him.
Like Harden's better. Yeah,
if not.
yeah. Honestly, so
I'd love to see what's gonna happen with the Hawks. I don't think he's gonna ruin the Hawks, because right now they're not doing too bad, surprisingly.
they're a team that'll lose to the Cavs.
Well,
like all the teams in the East.
Yeah, like every team will.
Yeah. Maybe hopefully the Celtics too. God bless.
Yeah, God bless. I'm surprised at the Pacers.
Oh, they're doing bad. I know. I had them as like my second or third seed.
Yeah.
So all my takes on the East have been just completely wrong.
Just the worst.
Yeah,
maybe,
I'd Washington at my like 8 seed. They're like 0 and like 100 right now. So I had the Knicks
when
at
you
the
have
7
one
seed.
man, John Wall, trying to do
Yeah.
everything on your team, it doesn't work out that great.
And like Bradley Beal, I heard Bradley Beal and him aren't getting along too well. So
Do you think they would work well together? Because their play styles, they're not extremely different from each other, but they coincide.
yeah,
And we're gonna move on from the teams that are doing surprisingly well this week, and we're gonna do the thing we do every week. We're gonna do a top 5 list. Top 5 this week is top 5 role players in the NBA. You want to start with your number 5?
I'll let you start. I'm a good guy.
All right. Number 5, I have J.R. Smith.
Oh yeah, that's a good pick.
J.R. Smith is the quintessential role player. He can do everything. I mean, he's athletic. He can shoot.
Spark plug.
He's a spark plug. If you look at the finals 2 years ago, where the Cavaliers are losing, and you watch that final game, JR hit like 3 threes at the end to like almost put them back in it, but it just wasn't enough. He will hit some absurd shots. I mean, he doesn't like taking open shots.
He hates it.
He waits till
he's like double teamed in the corner. He'll take it.
Yeah, that's his money. Just wait till the whole team's on him and give him the ball. But yeah, JR's a great player. He's always been great when he was on Denver. He was. He wasn't
Knicks
really.
too.
Yeah, Knicks. He wasn't really a role player on the Nuggets. He was more of a
6-man.
A 6-man, kind of a star, a star role. But as he moved to the Knicks, he stopped like his assassin mentality, where he just like trying to demolish everyone on the team. And now that he's on a team with Kyrie and Kevin Love and LeBron James, he kind of knows his place. He knows, oh, I'm not going to take too many shots. I need to shoot the ball when permitted. So
and what's deadly is if Kyrie or somebody or LeBron's having an off game, teams are like, yes, they're having an off game. Oh, and JR comes off the bench, starts hitting ridiculous shots. It's like devastating. It's like such a weapon for the Cavs.
Yeah, it is. Having that one 3-point guy that can get you some buckets in the stretch. Great asset to have to a team like the Cavaliers. So that's my number 5. Who do you have at 5?
I'm starting my list with 2 stretch boys. I'm
Excited.
a huge fan. I know. I'm huge, very excited. Ersan. That guy's always been a role player. He's always came off the bench. He's always been the same player his whole career. He just has no aspirations. Just I think he was drafted. He probably got like 10 or 20 minutes a game, and then that just happened the rest of his career. He hits threes off the bench. stretch the floor. That's a role player.
That's a role player if I've ever seen
Yeah.
it. Ersan was made for one thing in life, and that's to come off the bench and shoot threes as an oversized white guy in the NBA.
Exactly. That's all he does.
That's all he was ever good for when he was made. Just I'm gonna go into the NBA. I'm gonna travel across seas. I'm just gonna post up in that corner and just shoot.
Just drain him.
I wouldn't say drain him, but he's good for a couple along the way.
Yeah.
At 4, I have a stretch 4.
Let's hear it.
Matt Bonner.
Oh.
Great stretch 4.
There's better, though. I think there's better stretch 4s.
He's one of the best.
He is? Okay.
He's a ginger.
The Red Rocket.
He is the Red Rocket. We don't know how he got that nickname. We don't want to know.
He's
we
ginger,
don't
that's why.
Yeah, I'm sure that's why. We don't want to find out how he got that nickname. Kind of scary, to be honest. And he's great. You know, when you look at the team he was on the Spurs.
He's always been on the Spurs, right?
Yeah, he's a Spurs guy.
Yeah.
And he fits their offense so well. They're not an athletic team in the slightest.
I think he'd be lost if he wasn't on the Spurs.
Yeah, if he had to be on a team where he actually had to like run at any point in his career, he'd be lost.
He'd literally pull a Lamar Odom. When Lamar Odom left, that guy he
didn't know what to do.
Yeah, he didn't know what to do.
He went to the
life.
Clippers, and it's like I don't know what to do with this ball.
He got into some bad things, man. Fake Viagra,
like pixie sticks.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Had some rough goes.
Lakers, they ruined his life by trading him away.
Was married to Chloe.
Yeah.
And now Chloe's with Tristan Thompson.
He's dumping. I know.
It's my dude right there.
Yeah, man.
Good job.
He almost died.
That's here nor there.
Yeah.
So back to Matt Bonner. He's always been that stretch 4 you can count on. You know, he's walking up the court at a measly pace,
Never even touched the paint, probably.
Oh, never.
No.
Absolutely not. I don't even know if he has a rebound in his career.
No, probably not.
No, because
who needs rebounds when you just hit threes all day,
When you're on a team with Tim Duncan,
yeah,
it's just you don't need anyone else because he would just go up the court, just wait until the ball reaches his hands and just shoot. That's all he was needed. It's kind of like an Ersan guy. Ersan's a little more athletic than he is, but
just a tad bit.
Just a tad bit. But he's a great addition to have to a team, and that's why I have him at 4 for my role players. Who do you have at 3 or 4?
4, I have another stretch 4. Like I said, Channing Frye.
Mm-hmm.
That man, he's got the gunner. Like
he does
with the Cavs. He just hits 3 after 3 against the Celtics. He was hitting 3 after 3. Perfect for the Cavs. Perfect stretch 4. Perfect. Say top 5 stretch 4. Maybe top 5 stretch 4 in the league.
Maybe top 3.
Maybe.
So
and
maybe that can be next week's top 5. Top 5 stretch.
We always talk about stretch 4s,
but we
never
should
made
show
a top
him some
5.
love.
Yeah, we gotta show him some love. So yeah, I think he's the 4th best role player in the league.
For 3, I have a guy who's always flown under the radar, but he's a perfect addition for whatever team he's on. Jared Dudley.
I agree. Yeah.
You see, the thing that's alike with all the players, they all can shoot. That's what you need for a role player.
Exactly.
You don't want a role player who's
just can't shoot. That's just gonna be a bum.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't want a role player who can just drive to the rim because they're more prone to get injured.
It's a new NBA. That's why. You
need a role player that can post up, give you 4 good 3-point shots, and sit back down on the bench.
Exactly.
That's all you need.
Because threes change the momentum of the game.
Yeah, and that's Jared Dudley.
Yeah.
The man is not athletic.
Nope.
He's not quick at all. But
two-hand dunker.
He is a two-hand dunker.
I think one season he kept track of his dunks.
He's like a rim grazer off too.
Yeah.
Type of guy. He's a rim grazer off.
Boston College guy too, right?
Is he?
I think so. Yeah.
Maybe. Smart guy, possibly.
Oh.
But
I definitely went there because he was smart.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But he's that dude. He has the trigger. He's willing to pull at any time. I don't think that headband he always wears has ever got a drop of sweat on it because he's not running up and down the court.
Nope.
He's just leisurely getting the ball and just popping threes. Great guy to have on a team, and that's why I have him at 3. Who do you have at 3?
I like that pick. Yeah. At 3, I have Trevor Ariza. He's been around the league a while. He was on that Lakers team, low key that won it all. 2009 was he? He might have been on 2010. No, he wasn't on the 2010 team, but he was on the 2009 team. And, that's a great role player. Defense, he can shoot threes like all role players should be able to.
Yep.
And, Yeah.
Plus, he has that mentor mentality where he's kind of like he's gonna show the younger guys on the team what you have to do to like succeed. Because Trevor Ariza he's never been on like a bad team per se. I mean, he was on the Rockets; they weren't the best, but I mean, I think he shows the way to younger guys who are just getting into the NBA.
He's always that like starter on like a pretty good team.
Yeah, he would never be a starter on an above average team.
No,
but put him on that middle ground team, he's their starter.
Exactly.
He's a great guy to have off the bench and start if you're an all right team. To my number 2, another guy who can shoot threes, lights out, Kyle Korver.
Oh yeah.
I think
lights out.
He's easily one of the best role players of all time. He's fantastic. That man is nothing but just a laser. You give him the ball and he's just nothing but net every single time. You can see that any team that doesn't have great perimeter defense, Kyle Korver is always the go-to guy.
Like he lit up the Celtics last season.
Oh my lord, that was one of the worst.
Pretty frustrating.
Yeah, not the best experience when you see Kyle Korver giving your team buckets.
Yeah.
Maybe because Jay Crowder was covering him.
No, I think Evan Turner was covering. Okay.
No.
That's a different conversation. Okay. I think Evan Turner was covering.
I'd much rather have Evan Turner than Jay Crowder.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
I would.
No, you wouldn't. That's a lie.
I'm not.
You're just turning into a hater. You just stop.
I'm not a hater.
Yes, you are.
Nope.
Yes, you are.
You're just blinded by the dreadlocks.
I'm not blinded by the green or the dreadlocks. I'm a reasonable fan.
No.
I'm a realistic fan.
I don't even think Evan Turner's of this world. Have you heard that man talk?
He's E.T. He sounds like E.T.
He does. He sounds like Meatwad from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
You know I'm not hang on get the ball.
He's an alien.
Are you of this world? I mean, that sounded kind of
pretty
suspect.
good. I'm kind of proud of myself.
Yeah.
Any of the fans out there, if you got scared, I'm sorry about that. Please tune in next week.
I don't think you're of this world, honestly.
Yeah, maybe I should go play for the Celtics. I mean, I'd be much better than Jay Crowder.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Name one positive thing that Jay Crowder's
defense. He's a good shooter.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Why are you lying?
He's literally like an average. No, he's above average.
No,
shooter.
he's not.
Yes, he is.
Stop lying.
Yes, he is. He's like a 33% 3-point shooter, which is solid.
He doesn't take that many threes.
He takes like what? I'd say like 2 or 3 a game.
Cool. So he makes 1 out of 3.
That's solid. That's literally above average.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. You're wrong. Like, stop.
No,
I don't want to hear it.
He's not a great 3-point
Stop
shooter.
ripping him. Okay.
Don't
He's probably listening to this, and if we can't get him on now because you're probably just you're
I don't
just
want
going
him
at
on.
him.
I don't want him on.
Yeah, you do.
No.
Yeah, you do.
Don't come on, Jay Crowder. I don't want you on the team.
Jay, don't listen to him. Okay, don't listen to him.
Listen to me, Jay.
No, don't.
We'd love to have you on. By we, I mean Adam would love to have you on. I'll probably rip you, but whatever. I don't like you, Jay Crowder. You're not helpful to the Celtics.
He's very helpful to the Celtics, but that's okay. We can move on. Where even are we?
Number 1.
Number 1?
Wait.
I didn't say my number 2.
Okay, say your number 2.
A guy that can't shoot, surprisingly, Sean Livingston.
Okay.
I mean, he can shoot mid-range.
He's possibly the best mid-range shooter.
He's
of
money
all time.
for mid-range, and he can he's like what 6'6", or something like that.
6'7", I think.
Yeah, and he can post up guards, which is unfair, and he's great for that Warriors team. He adds some
poor
depth.
man's Giannis.
Yeah, very poor man's Giannis. Adds great passing. Perfect for the Warriors, like I said. They wouldn't be as good without him, obviously. So
yeah,
adds
mentor mentality.
A lot of solid minutes for that Warriors team. And very, very valuable minutes.
My number 1, again, surprisingly, everyone I had could shoot. This man can't shoot in the slightest. I don't know if he's ever made a 3.
Probably not.
Tony Allen. Tony Allen is a great role player.
But he locks you down. down. Yeah.
That's what you need from a man like Tony Allen, who I think is the best role player in the NBA. You will not score on that man.
Nope.
He is the best defender like in the league besides maybe
Patty Bev or something.
No, not
or
Patty.
Kawhi,
Draymond, and Avery Bradley.
Yeah.
I think Tony Allen's up there as one of the better
He's so scrappy too.
He is scrappy. I mean, you give him the ball, he can drive. I mean, he's probably not going to make the shot, but he'll draw a foul. maybe.
he'll catch you sleeping on like a cut too.
He will catch you
and
sleeping.
he'll like knock the ball out on a rebound or something like that.
Yeah, he's
Come up from behind, steal the ball.
great role player.
Mhm. So I missed him on the Celtics.
Yeah, I'd love to have you back, Tony Allen.
know.
You'd be
Great Celtic.
You'd be a great small forward, much better than a small forward I can think of.
Oh, okay. You just like taking shots at him whenever you can. You're cold. Okay, stop. Just leave him alone. He's injured right now. Okay. I mean, he had a good start to the season, so I don't know what more do you want? What more do you
I
want
want him
from
to start playing better.
Okay. How? Okay.
Maybe if he starts playing better, then our starting small forward will lead us to above a 500 record.
He hasn't played in the last he played the first 2 games and then he got injured. That's why they're not doing well.
And maybe because Horford's not in, but
I think it's a lot because of Jay too.
no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Okay. I'm moving on. I'll take the higher road this time.
You're a good man.
I'm a good man. Number 1, I have Courtney Lee. I mean, this man's just always been a role player. He just hits the 3. He does everything average except for shooting.
Yeah.
What more could you want from a role player? He was on the Celtics for a little bit. He's been on so many teams. He's been on 6, 7 different teams, and he just puts in solid minutes for every team he's on.
A couple of honorable mentions I'd like to talk about that I kind of debated putting them in. I didn't in the end. Leandro Barbosa is a great role player.
Brazilian
The Brazilian Blur, great role player.
JJ Barea too.
JJ Barea, JJ Redick.
JJ Redick, I wouldn't consider. If you consider core of one, then I consider JJ Redick one. I guess.
Yeah, I consider JJ Redick.
Okay.
Who else? Alan Crabb, Maurice Spates.
Nah, not most. Ooh, we forgot. Oh, I can't believe we forgot this guy.
Who?
Brendan Bass.
Oh my!
We snubbed him. Oh, we both forgot. We both write our top 5s late the minute before. So I'm sorry if they're not as we're very last minute. So I'm sorry if we snub a couple people.
We might have to scratch this whole recording. If we
Oh
forgot
crap!
Brendan Bass.
I know. Oh.
That's the worst. Let's talk about Brendan Bass and how he's one of the best role players. I mean, him on the Celtics. You get him at 16 feet out. Not missing.
2-hand dunker too.
2-hand dunker. Ferocious 2-hand dunker. Just the best possibly. I mean, he's not that great now.
Pretty now, yeah. What team is he even on now?
Is he still
Clippers. He's always on the Clippers.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they don't give him the ball enough at 16 feet. He needs to be at 16
Just do the
feet.
pick and pop. It'll work every time.
Yeah, every time. You'll score 200 points with Brendan Bass.
I don't know why haven't teams figured this out, honestly.
People just haven't recognized the greatness.
Yeah.
I'll say when I'm playing NBA 2K and I have Brendan Bass precisely at 16 feet and he misses, I just shut off my Xbox.
Yeah, it's just not realistic. I think he only has a 72 mid-range though.
It's ridiculous.
Just do your research, 2K.
Watch some highlights of this. Measure him. Take him to a practice facility. Everyone else in 2K, they take out to the practice facility and they motion cap their moves. I don't see them taking out Brandon Bass. Put him at 16 feet.
What's up with that? Honestly,
it's discriminatory.
It's very discriminatory.
It's awful. I mean, I'm sick and tired of it. Brandon Bass isn't showing enough love, especially from us. I can't believe we forgot him.
I know.
Adam
We're
and
hypocritical right now, honestly.
This is
the
5th time this podcast have been hypocritical.
I know. You're just a hypocrite, honestly.
Maybe.
You are. You're the biggest hypocrite.
I mean, I stay true on my statements of Jay Crowder.
Okay. But see, that's a wrong statement, though. So.
Oh, my God. But, yeah, Adam and I debate about how great, not even debate, we just talk about how great Brandon Bass is all the time. Mm-hmm. He's just a great role player.
He was so good for the Celtics, too, honestly.
Just incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're matched up with someone like Rondo, who can get you the ball at 16 feet whenever you want, what else could you ask for?
I know. He was like a starter on that team. He put in 40 minutes. He put in not 40, but 30 minutes a game.
LeBron's not even putting in 40 minutes. So that wraps up our top 5. That may wrap it up for this week's podcast. Yeah. Surprisingly enough, we didn't talk about the Warriors this week, which I like. We did talk about LeBron. Maybe we can go next week.
Yeah. Kevin Durant, worst guy. So there we go. We just talked about them.
Oh my God. Chris, cut that. So that's going to wrap it up this week for Game Time Decision.
Yep.
And we'll see you next week.